Hello guys, welcome to another Doom's Dark Side Battle Report. We are playing 40k today, and I have with me John, the Ginger Bachelor.
Hey, yeah.
And we're doing a little special scenario, and it's an overview of the table. So we're playing a city fight game, and we're using the White Dwarf city fight stratagems, are they what they called?
Yes, they're the strategic objectives.
And you can see the table. This is a massive 6x4 board with lots of dense city fight terrain, lots of little touches and bits and pieces. We'll go over our armies in a minute, but we're doing a bit of a narrative linked scenario campaign sort of thing. So this fella over here is in charge of this planet, and he has some information that I need to clear my name. I'm playing the Atraxian 501st, which is my Imperial Guard. And John's playing, what are you playing, John?
Second Company Revilers. So
Okay.
they've been sent.
So give us a little bit of background on the scenario.
So the gist is the planet's been claimed as a heretic planet now, and the Inquisitor, who you're not going to meet yet, maybe a bit later on in the Link games, is currently he's sending in the Revilers to capture this VIP, this governor of the planet. Yay, the governor. And the Atraxian 501st, obviously, they're still loyal to the Emperor, but they, as Jason said, they're trying to cover their name. And the only one that knows the truth is this governor. So it's all about him. In the game, he's going to count as the 6th objective. So any cards that say it's the 6th objective, we're only going to be able to use it once he's on the board. Now, he's not going to start on the board.
No.
He's going to be...
We've got some objectives over here. So this is number 1.
Well, actually, that's number 4.
Alright, fine.
That's number 2.
2. And there's another one over there. These little beacon things are the objectives. And there's another one over there. And then one over there. So we have to get to these objectives and then roll on a little chart. And if it's discovered that he's in that area, he becomes like an relic objective. So he moves with the units.
Yeah, and only infantry can sort of find him and get him out. And he will only move with the infantry.
And he's the only way you can win this scenario. So you have to have him at the end of the game. Well, no, that's not entirely true. If you have him at the end of the game, you win. But if neither one of us have him at the end of the game, then it comes down to victory points by controlling the objectives via the stratagem cards. And also, obviously, we have the secondary objectives, which is Slay the Warlord, Linebreaker, and First Blood. And anything else you want to add, John, before we go to the armies?
No, let's get the deployment, or rather. Okay, so this is the task force of the Second Company Revilers that have been sent to claim and find and hopefully take back that VIP, that planetary governor. So first off, we have a captain. Everything is what you see is what you get, so I'll let you just have a look at that. He's the captain, Honorius. I have a level 2 Psyker. Then with him we've got 3 tactical squads, Squad 1 and Squad 2, each have transports, and then the 3rd squad down the front here has no transport, but they have a myriad of weapons that will help them out. I also have a Devi squad, full 10 man, all with missile launchers. I also have the Vindicator, an Ironclad, and a autocannon Dread, plus 2 of the Whirlwind land speeders. Whirlwind? You know what I'm on about. And then I've got a big bad knight who's going to hopefully smash up some things. He's on loan, shall we say, from the Mechanicum. And that's it. They're going to hopefully get that planetary governor and whip him away to find out the truth of all this nasty heresy business.
That's also a fully 2,000 painted.
Yeah, it's a 2,000 point fully painted army. Woohoo! Let's see what Jason.
Okay, so this is my Impy Guard. It's still work in progress, but I have a company command squad with a missile launcher and Dork Deadnog, or whatever he's all Deadnog. Then I got a platoon command squad full of plasmas, and then they have 2 10-man squads with a missile launcher and crack grenade launcher thing. I have a veteran squad at the back there with 3 melters. They'll be in a Chimera. And I have a 10-man Kazakhstan squad. They'll be in the Vendetta. And I have 10 stormtroopers over there, which will be in a Chimera. And then I also have a Lehman Russ battle tank, no sponsons, a Vanquisher tank with sponson heavy bolter sponsons, and a Eradicator with no sponsons. And also one more thing is a Hellhound. So that's my two. Oh wait, I forgot my Ogren squad.
Again?
Yeah, they're not ogres, they're just Ogren squads. And they have a priest to help them out.
It's worthy of note the Atraxian 501st have a few special rules in their own.
Oh yes, that's right.
We've played a few battles so far, and this sort of goes with the theme of the army. So all of the infantry models are stubborn for this battle, because they're pretty grizzled, even though they're not actual veterans. They're getting there. So all the units are stubborn, and they'll also be able to regroup even if they are below 25%. The second thing is the boss. I can't remember what you called him.
Major Marcus.
Major Marcus. He has a predetermined warlord trait. Because they're the 501st Atraxian Airborne, he is a grand strategist, and he will roll up D3 units to the gain outflank, which you'll see in our previous battle with our fellas from
Team Clueless.
Team Clueless, indeed.
I'll put a link to that battle there.
Yeah, see it.
Okay, so let's get started with the first round. Okay, so we've done all our initial setup. Now we've done our deployments, we've rolled for sides, we've rolled for who gets first turn. I'm going to try and steal the initiative on camera, but I just thought I'd show you quickly the deployment. So I've got a guard squad up here, with the Vanquisher down next to it. I've got a platoon command squad in this Chimera over here, another guard squad over there, the battle tank with the Ogrins and the priest just next to it. My command squad, HQ command squad, nicely behind this barricade here, and then the Eradicator over there. So that's me deployed. I come over here to John with his colossal pain in my ass. Right, so he's got a combat squad at the back here, and obviously you saw where the knight is, and then what is this called? A Vindicator.
That's a Vindicator.
With more combat squads, and then he's what looks like his HQ area. Loads of Marines.
Librarian, 2 combat squads. Top one's a Devi squad.
And then down there we've got the Rhinos and the Mega Dread.
Second part of the Devi squad up here.
Okay, so then we've got a couple of things in reserves and outflanking. Shall we see if I can steal the initiative? So John's got first turn, and we'll come back to you.
Magic. So end of turn 1 for the Revilers strike force. A lot of movements happened. It's an aggressive attack. The Rhinos have moved up. The Dreadnought has moved up. The Land Speeders have moved out. And there's a line forming as they head towards the objectives. Regards to fire, not a lot's happened. There's been some shots at the Lehman Russes to ill effect with only crack missiles at strength 8. So 3 bounce off of that. A frag missile did go into the front line of that squad, took 2 out, and then another missile launcher into the Chimera, which has got the heavy bolter destroyed off of the front there, and down 1 hull point. The Knight did a mega blast at the Lehman Russ over there, which is surely going to fire an armour penetrating shot back, but failed to penetrate. So it's the end of Reviler turn 1 with not a lot in effect. Let's see how the Imperial Guard retain.
Okay, so this is the end of Imperial Guard turn 1, and it wasn't great. Shooting wise, I fired up there into the balcony with my Executioner. It got 4 hits and wounded 4 times, and John made 3 6-up saves. Can you believe it? The battle cannon fired over there into the Rhino and got a direct hit, and John made a save.
Yay!
Over here I cast move on the ogres with my command squad at the back here, and they've run extra 6 inches into the middle of the scenery over there. I also cast move from the platoon command over there, and they ran up into this building. One guy got up to the top here, and look who we found! It's the dude we come to secure so he can clear our name. He was right in the first objective that was found, so whoopee for me. The Chimera moved up here, fired on the Vindicator, 3 plasma guns, rapid firing, and the multi-laser did nothing. And over here, nice clear shot onto the knight at the back there with my Vanquisher. Got a massive penetrating hit, and John made a 6-up save.
Made a 4-up save. Iron shield deflected.
Oh yeah, but he rolled a 6.
Still,
Freaking
yeah.
6. And the missile launcher also had a shot as well and bounced off its armor. So that was the extent of my turn 1. Found the dude, but not only little scratches on the Marines. I think I killed 1 Marine this time. Alright, so let's go to that.
This is indeed correct. End of Revilers turn 2. Lots has happened. Lots has happened. Very good English. The Rhino disembarked, and the combat squad have got out here. Dreadnoughts moved up. Land speeders moved up. Ironclads moved up. And then everything else manoeuvred into a position to counter the guardsmen.
Guardsman's pants has just dropped.
He's going to worry. Another unit up there, and this unit has moved around to hide around there. Regards shooting, not a lot's happened. I say that. I blew up the Chimera, but it took an awful lot of firepower to do such a thing, and I killed one of the command squad that popped out with a heavy stubber. I attempted to shoot. No, I attempted to charge this unit with my command dude. Oh yeah, the flamer shot as well. Flamed up there. I failed to wound him. He's a lucky man. Very lucky man. Extremely lucky. And then I failed my charge, rolling a 2 overall.
And you lost one to...
And yeah, and I lost a Marine. There he is.
The Overwatch.
He's dead from Overwatch. So that's not so good. A few pot shots went into the Ogrins. I killed one and have got a wound on the other. This objective card is here solely because I am holding objective 5. For 1 turn so far, but I need to hold it for 2 before I can claim it. I think it's unlikely that I will claim that objective fully. But we will see. Not else. That's it, an overview of the board.
Clearly the professor over here wants to go with me because he didn't go.
Yes, this is true. He was found on the first turn, but now he's a contested objective, so nobody's claiming him whatsoever at the moment. So no one can run off with him, which is going to be awkward. Let's see what the guard bring on turn.
Okay, so this was the end of Imperial Guard turn 2. I had 4 reserve rolls to make, and the only one I got was the Hellhound, which came on and cooked the Space Marine Sergeant. My Executioner fired up into the balcony over there and ripped apart the devastated squad. There's only one left up there. In the orders phase, my commander cast Bring It Down over here, or shouted. This guy's cast first rank, second fire on them, and my missile launcher put a wound, thanks to you Bring It Down, on the Dreadnought over there. The plasma gunners fired onto the land speed over there, put a wound on it, but also killed 2 of themselves by getting hot. These guys, yeah, with first rank, second rank fire, took out, I think, 2 Space Marines on the top here.
2 down, yeah.
Yeah, one was the Flamer, which I was really happy about. And they passed their panic test as well, so they stuck around. So we're still contesting the Commissar, or whatever he is, the Imperial Governor. What else happened? Oh, yes, god damn it. The Vanquisher got a nice little shot onto the Knight again. Got a nice big penetrating hit again. And John rolled a 6 for his Void Shield again. But, to add insult to injury, the missile launcher from this Imperial Guard squad fired on him and took a point off him, penetrated and got through. So that's the state of the affairs. I didn't get any extra victory points this turn, as disappointingly my Ogrins charged into these 4 tactical marines over there and got 4 hits and no wounds. So I didn't scratch their stupid power armor, which means they stuck around, and I had an objective which could, if I assaulted the unit in cover, I would have got a victory point. What else can I tell you? Nothing much. I'm hoping my reserves come in so I can start thinning down this horde of marines facing their guns at me. Oh yeah, the battle cannon fired on the dreadnought, scattered off and hit the land speeder instead, but then he passed his jinx save. And that's the state of the affairs as we are at the turn 2. I think it's like 1 or 2. Oh no, John's got first blood as well for killing my Chimera.
Okay, so that's the end of turn 3 for the Revilers. It's been quite interesting. Starting his flank. Fella down the bottom, he regrouped and threw a crack grenade at the, if you can see it, at the Hellhound through there, but missed. He forgot to pull the pin. The Rhino has moved out to no real sort of objective. He's just sort of sitting there. Dreadnought had some shots through at the command squad, failed to do anything. The combat is still grinding away between the Ogrins and the 2 remaining combat squad members. We've also got the land speeder. Now that was a bit better. That got 2 shots through at the executioner and took 2 hull points off. And it's also snap firing, so I don't have to worry about that nasty plasma cannon. Ironclad moved up, flamed everything that was down the bottom floor, so it took out 3 guardsmen from the guard tac squad and the 2 remaining command squad members. That gave me a single victory point. What else shot? The most important thing is the librarian cannot move further than a 1. So he managed to climb through the fence and then attempted a run move and ran a whole inch, blocking a potential flat out move from the Vindicator to go and assist the left flank. Knight moved up and tried to shoot over at Jason's hand. Tried to shoot over at the Lehman Russ over there, but to no avail. It scattered and landed in the ruins. What else has happened? This combat squad moved up, fired the melter gun at that Russ, failed to damage it, attempted to charge in the assault phase, but rolled far too low. So that's no good. They're still up there. Still squadding here. Another assault was this squad charging into the remnants of the attack squad.
Didn't even call that a squad anymore.
Well, no, not really.
It's the captain and his mate.
The dude and his mate. They lost the marine on the way in again to...
Those guardsmen made their points back well.
Well, they did, didn't they? They killed 2 marines, which was pretty cool. So now I've got the objective and objective 6.
And objective 3.
Oh yeah. And objective 3. Unfortunately, I don't have any cards that relate to those. But still, I've got him and the Rhinos sitting there waiting to take them away. That's it. All I can think of. That land speeder's moved all the way over there. That's it. That's the end of turn 3.
Okay, so this was the end of Imperial Guard turn 3, and man, was it a different sort of turn. Alright, so I got reserves coming in, my Vendetta came in, there's some stormtroopers in the back, but they're still in there, and also my Kazakin came in, and they deep strike down there. I was a little concerned about where I was going to deep strike them, because it's not, obviously, city fight games is not the best place to deep strike. So there was not a lot of open ground, and I was thinking, man, I need to get rid of that Vindicator, I need to get rid of this Knight, I need to stop that Rhino from driving the objective away, I need to stop these Marines from picking off hull points of my army, and I need to kill that Captain. So lots of stuff that I needed to do, so I decided to go down there. Movement wise, not a lot. I moved the Hellhound up here, I turned to face that bad boy onto that land speeder in the rubble down there. I should have moved the Vindicator, the Vanquisher back, but I was overconfident. So that was the end of that orders phase. I could bring it down again on my command squad down at the back there. They fired onto the land speeder. John made its jinx save. I shot this Imperial Guard squad over here, plus the Vanquisher at those guys there. They passed their morale save. And the two most important guys are still left, so Vanquisher. What else? I fired my battle tank over here at the Dreadnought and only got one glancing hit. I snap fired the last cannon at that. I also missed. The Hellhound sped up the road there and flamed the Librarian and then heavy bolted him to death. So the Librarian is dead. The Vendetta flew over here, 3 twin-linked las cannons into the Vindicator and only got 1 hull point off and stopped it from moving and shooting next turn. And then my decision over here was to see what I was going to do. Was I going to spread out? Was I going to fire on those Marines? Maybe try and save the Vanquisher over here? Maybe just finish off the Vindicator? Maybe try and pop the Rhino? So instead I tried to shoot the Knight. Got 2 big penetrating hits through and both Void Shields saved it. So that's like 6 Void Shield saves this game already. I'm in a lot of trouble. But, oh, and of course the Ogrins continued their pillow fight here in the darkness of this ruin. Those 2 Marines, I held them up there the whole friggin' time. That's about it. So it's end of my turn 3. I didn't score any extra victory points because not a lot happened. But all John's freaking vehicles, I've got little hull points off. It looks like I'm spreading them around. That was fun. Okay, so that's the end of my turn 3.
Okay, end of the Revilers turn 4, and it looks like they're going to achieve their mission. Lots of movement happened. Many dudes moved around the board. Ironclads over there, and another land speeder.
Notice all the smoke and clouds all over the board.
Yes, you will notice that had an extremely successful turn. The stormtroopers that were there were annihilated utterly by the melter cannon from the Knight and the combined fire from the bolt of fire from these 2 squads. The missile launcher down here moved up, had a crack shot, a snapshot, and hit, but didn't do anything, unfortunately. But that would have been awesome if I'd brought that down. But yeah, everything's gone kaput. Destroyed the Hellhound in combat from a Dreadnought and the Marine, although he's missed epically with every crack grenade he's thrown. The land speed over here finished off the Executioner with its second round of firing, taking all of the hull points out. Ironclad moved up. I think nothing happened during the shoot phase, but in the assault phase it just tore the battle tank apart. Chimera blew up ages ago, and the Vanquisher, the 2 remaining Marines have moved up, and the Sergeant ripped the back out of the hull with the Power Fist. So yeah, I've had an excessively good turn with all battle tanks destroyed. Another key note was that the objective marker, the planetary commander, was escorted by Captain Honorius into the Rhino that was waiting at the base, and then swiftly drove over to here.
You also scored something like 3 victory points, didn't you?
I scored 2 victory points in this turn, I believe.
Couple of Vanguard and Big Game Hunter.
Exactly. So taking out tank and something else. However, where I've positioned the Rhino with the vital cargo, look, that seems to be a Vendetta. How clever am I? Let's see what guard turn 4 brings.
Okay, so the final part of my reinforcements arrived. The veterans arrived here on outflank, and not a lot happened as I don't have a lot left. What else? Where did I move to? The Valkyrie moved across there, and my other stormtrooper squad grave shooted out the back of it, fired both their melter guns onto there, and I got a 1 and a 2 for my hits, so they are dead again. Ogrins moved out over there, multi-charged the Rhino and the Dreadnought, killed the Dreadnought and put 2 wounds on the, or 2 hull points on the Rhino. Down here, my command squad bring it down on itself, fired on here, and I got 2 wounds on it, but he made both his jinx saves on that. So I think that might be the end of my command squad as well. It's not looking good for the guard. What else happened? I fired everything on this squad onto those 2 guys, everything bounced off. Those guys fired onto those guys on the roof and killed 1. And I put 2 wounds on the, I think I put 2, or maybe only just 1 whole point I think. What did I do on those?
No, you took 2 out. Sorry, we're doing wounds taken, aren't we?
So the Rhino's also taken 2. So all the vehicles has basically taken some sort of damage, but nothing has been killed. So I think this is the end of my turn 4. I didn't score any victory points again because I am suffering heavily, but I'm still hanging in there. If I can get that governor under my control, I still win. Doesn't matter what the points total is. And we're coming to the end of the game soonish. I mean, we're looking at turn 5 for John now, although I've got a feeling my stormtroopers are going to bite the dirt this term. So will they. God knows what's going to happen to the rest of my stuff. Okay, what you got?
All is lost. For the Imperial Guard, anyway.
Shame.
So, this is Revilers turn 5, and it looks like the end of the game. The Ogrins are pretty fine, as you know, you'll see from the previous guard turn. They blew up the Dreadnought and they've smashed up the Rhino a bit, but everything else is dead. The Ironclad has swept in, and he was almost dead. The Ironclad has swept in and taken out the command HQ. They fled. Yeah, Nork got incendiary bombardment from the heavy flamer, and he kind of, well, he took it like a man and then ran away. No, he got blown up, and then Commander Marcus quite rightfully did a tactical retreat.
Withdrawal.
Yes, withdrawal, sorry. This pile of cloud here was another elite Scion unit, Stormtrooper unit, which met the wrath of said Demolisher Cannon. Over here was a Chimera and a full veteran squad with Commissar. I managed to crack it open with a lone melter gun, and then big Uber thermal cannon heated them up a bit, and the final shots from the heavy stubber took him out. Everything else pinged at the Vendetta.
It took 2 friggin' wounds from bolt fire.
That's pretty good. That's just everyone going, hang on a second. Lots of rapid firing bolt guns. Crack missiles missed. It's because they're missiles. And the VIP objective is moved flat out to get out of the way of the Vendetta. There's not a lot left for the guard to counteract with. They really need to try, but I don't think it's possible to pop the Rhino and get the VIP, get the governor, so they can clear their name. But at this rate, there's no name to clear because they're all dead. So let's see what turn 5 brings before we start rolling for the see if there's any other turn.
Right, so this was my turn 5. Super quick turn, because when you don't have a lot, it doesn't take long. I ran these guys forward and then moved them forward, thinking I might try and claim objective 4 for some victory points, and they're moving closer towards where the governor's going. So I flew my Vendetta over here and fired 3 twinning las cannons at them and didn't do nothing. Not a single damn thing. But on the flip side, all this chaos and confusion and smoke and ruined wrecks and bodies is my ogres going into a Ogrin squad, not ogres. They triple assaulted the Rhino, the land speeder, and then one remaining Space Marine. Killed him with the Bulgren charge thing. Killed the Rhino and killed the land speeder. So everything is dead, and my ogres are gonna come like titans out of the smoke. This is water beast. And that's it. What? Orange and mango. So this is the end of the game. We've finished it there. As you saw, I got nothing left. Just for victory points wise, I don't know if we mentioned this at the beginning of the game as well, is that we were using the Cities of Death cards from the White Dwarf. John had 7 victory points, including 3 of the secondary ones, and I had 3, so he's won 7-3 on victory points. He's also won the objective, or the scenario, which was keep hold of the governor, which was mission objective 6, so he's got that one. And he's also battered the crap out of my army, so he's won 3 ways to 0. As you can see, the ruins of the battle. I love that little flaming mess. Yeah, my Ogren squad causing chaos down there. But other than that, man, I just got absolutely mullered. But it's not over yet. The guard will come back. As what's happened to this governor?
That's it. So the next phase in this campaign is going to be the governor's been retrieved, obviously, by the Revilers. He's now going to be taken back to the Ordo Malis Inquisitor. I was going to question him about, I don't know if it was mentioned at the beginning of the video, but I'll mention it now. This world is basically a giant prison. So there's many things just locked up here. Not just convicts, but secrets, dark secrets too.
Like how to win games.
Like how to win games. And he's not got the access to it. So the governor is going to be questioned about the contents of the deeper vaults underneath the surface of this planet. And also, the truth has been kept out of the limelight as regards to the Atraxian 501st Airborne.
That's my army.
Are they still loyal, or are they traitor? We'll only find out in the second episode. It should be good. Hopefully the next game will be a subterranean game as they access the vaults of the planet.
And more competitive.
And slightly more competitive. Because Jason will put up a fight. Obviously the Revilers with the Inquisitor and the Governor themselves will be hopefully travelling into the deeper, darker depths of the planet, into the vaults. And, well, the Atraxians have got an opportunity to go in there and stop them.
How did you think this game went, John?
I enjoyed it, but I thought it wouldn't be as one-sided as it turned out to be. I had some lucky old turns. The ordnance really messed you up. I had 2 solid shots with the Demolisher Cannon from the Vindicator, taking out an entire squad instantly, and obviously the Knight, this big bad boy here, I don't think you really could have stopped him. I don't think it helped that I kept him back so you couldn't even concentrate fire on him. And other than that, I got lucky. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was just one of those games, you know, where things just don't go your way, the dice don't go your way, and shit happens, and you end up getting mauled. I mean, I did a lot of things wrong, but I was playing via the scenario. I mean, you shouldn't normally drop your troops down in little bunches in front of template weapons.
Well, of course, but you were playing for the...
Yes, I was playing for the and I was also gambling on the fact that, you know, with 2 or 3 melter guns and a couple of las cannons, I can take out, you know, some of those template weapons, which unfortunately didn't go my way. I mean, I think I shot this thing about 7 or 8 times. I penetrated him, and you made that 4 ward save every time. Also, the jinx saves on these little things. I mean, you made them probably 7 or 8 times between the 2 of them. And everything was like, he's taking a whole point, he's taking a whole point, that's taking a whole point, that's taking a whole point.
Yeah,
it's like
Rhino was nearly about to go.
Yeah,
so
and
you have done damage.
Everything down there is destroyed and blown up.
Man of the match for you, got to be the Ogrins.
Yeah, the Ogrins were unstoppable. I mean,
they finally broke through that combat squad, which lasted what, 3 turns? Yeah, they made their points back. Yeah. I would say man of the match for me was Bob here. who failed.
The survivor of the devastated squad.
Yeah, the last survivor of that combat squad, who failed to do anything from his training. The spotlight was on him, the last man standing.
That was hilarious.
All he had to do.
He rolled 3 crack grenades and rolled 1 for each of them.
Yeah, charged, failed.
Then fired a twin. What do you call it? Rapid fired his bolt gun and rolled double 1.
He's just the most inept space marine in the galaxy.
It's because he's got the womble face.
It's true. Fortunately, he got trampled by Dave the Ogre. So
Dave the Ogre.
that ends that.
But no, I'm looking forward to playing the next scenario.
Okay, well, yeah, hopefully it'll be a good narrative.
Yeah. And Major Marcus is licking his wounds. We don't play Slay the Warlord, we play Wound the Warlord.
Wound the Warlord. Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed watching that, or at least watching me get my butt kicked all around this very good looking board.
Yeah, thanks for that.
This, in case you were wondering, this base board here is made by Warboards, and it's really, really good. It's also double-sided, and on the flip side of this, when you'll see the next campaign bit, is the sort of, I call it the Space Hulk, but you know, you can use it for anything. It's not just necessarily a Space Hulk. It's like a subterranean space, if you like. And we've got little bits and pieces we can add to that to make it look interesting and a little bit of a narrative. I hope you guys like that type of thing, because we do.
Yay!
And we'll see you for the next one. Thanks, John.
Well, adios.